Husqvarna FF is no more. As you saw last time, we have moved on, and I'm going to show you exactly where we are now. So we're moving on to Norway. I had a few people comment, Adam being one of them, and I can't remember the other one. I do apologise. Your name does elude me at this point, but you did say, unless it's a massive team, move on to another club, another country, sorry, which is what I've done. I moved to Norway. Finnsnes II Football Club. This is where they are, roughly, this sort of area here. Let's have a look and see what it looks like, shall we? So this is our ground. Covered in snow. It's the only image I can find, really, that's of any note. And likewise, I couldn't really find any accommodation online. When I had a look for houses in Finnsnes for sale, it came up with a house share, not a house share, sorry, a house exchange. But when I looked elsewhere, the houses seem to be worth quite a lot. So I don't know whether that's true. As a result, I'm going to be staying in this container. So let's have a look and see what it looks like inside, shall we? So here we are. It's basically just this. A bed, bit of a space behind. A lot brighter than what you think. Got some a little bit of electric. A little bit bigger than what you'd actually expect in a container. So yeah, it's going to be my abode for the foreseeable future. So yeah, hopefully you like it. So here we are, and we're taking control of the team that is bottom of the league. If I quickly click on here, you can see exactly what's going on. We're 2 points clear. Adrift rather, but with a far worse goal difference. So it's effectively 3 points off the relegation spots. It's looking like it's a relegation playoff again if you finish 14th. But I'm holding out hope because the fact of the matter is it's only 2 points. Obviously we're not going to get a trophy this season, although we're only 15 points, 5 wins off the top. I think there's 13 games to go if I remember rightly, because I think it's no, I think it's more than that actually. Let me have a quick check. Yes, it is a 13-game season for us. Basically, it's going to be a challenge, as was the last one. I'm hoping we don't have the same thing happen. Just have a look at the best players in the league. This is the leading goal scorer at the minute. He's very fit and that, but he's not all that, I don't think. But I'm going to show you now our team, who are not that great. So this team is one that came up last season, and you can see a lot of star ratings there that look actually quite good. Right, so I'm quickly just going to go through all these players. I'm going to just highlight them, highlight a few things, and then I'm going to move on. So Fredrik Backlund, decent reflexes, not really much else, only 2.5-star player. Hitterhus, I want to say it is, Lars Hitterhus. Got potential, that's about it. This guy is retiring at the end of the season, angry and hard as fuck, not scared to get a beating. That's about it. Mikkelsen, 100 sort of quality. Skogtved, I'm offering him an actual permanent contract, well, a part-time contract as it were. I think he's got potential, could be a long-term player for us. Skorpen Andersen, looks shit. Gust of wind would blow him over with balance of 2 and strength of 1. Patrick Brathen, yeah, shit. Marcus Rolandsen, not bad, not great, 31 years old. Vinge, might call him Minge, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. 30 years old, and he's definitely one I'm going to be letting go. Rida Michalsen, whatever. He's one of the youngsters, 17 years old, got some potential, that's about it. Klausmark, again, not very good, probably let him go. Arne Falk, decent, to be fair. I don't mind this guy. Definitely going to look to sign him on another deal, I think, and try and get him tutored out of being a realist. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with this guy. Mads Sand, 23 years old, again. Not too disgruntled by this guy. I think he could do a job for us. But in particular, as a box-to-box midfielder, in my opinion. Although not the fittest. Persara, shit, basically. Dog shit. Rune Nordheim is next, and he's literally just like a youth prospect that's come through the into the squad. He's actually got some games for this team, so I might try and retrain him as maybe as a striker. Finishing is only 8, but that's is crap at everything else. So I can't retrain him as a centre midfielder. So it looks like that's the only thing I can do. Lil Stjerner, I think is what you want to say. He's not the quickest, but he's got a little bit of, I don't know, potential maybe. He's 23 years old. We'll have to wait and see how he develops. But it says he's a first-team player. He's on for another year as well, so we might have to utilise him in some way, shape or form. Roy Simonson. Yeah, potential. Decent at finishing, decent pace. I'm quite excited about this guy. Grunvolley, animal. That is the only word I would use to describe him. Animal. 6'4", 300-pound monster. With a strength of 19. Jumping reach of 15. Balance of 16. Agility is only 3. So it is literally going to be like an oil tanker coming towards the defenders. The defenders are going to shit themselves. Apart from the fact that his finishing is only 9. Decent long shots though, 14. So yeah, I'm quite happy to have this guy. And might be a decent shooter maybe. Eric Lundholm. Bit of pace about him, not very much else, but might do a job on the wing. And finally, Jonas Simonson. He's quick, half decent at finishing, decent at heading. All round game's not so bad to be fair, apart from his jumping reach is only 4. Might be useful. Going to be playing up front for us. In terms of the other teams, I'm going to go into too much detail. You can see the star ratings here. I've had a quick look through them. I deemed them not really good enough to make the jump into the first team, so yeah, that's the reason why. Tactics, I've got this one here as per usual, and I've got this one here, which obviously the players aren't correct at the minute, as like just in case it starts going wrong. Because when I do my Twitch stream, I was Bradford City. I got them into the Premier League in consecutive seasons, and this tactic here, I struggled like crazy. Lost the first 7 games of the season, including against a League One side. Right, so then I switched it up to this one. The only difference is that the advanced playmaker was over here, inside forward over there, and these two switched around as well. And yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as this, and it seemed to have worked against like the bigger teams, where what I would do is I would use this till about the 80th minute or so. If it's 0-0 or 1-0 to the opposition, I'd switch to the attacking tactic, hopefully grab a goal and get a result. And it seemed to have worked in Bradford's case, so I'm hoping it would be the same with these, although we don't really have the players at the moment. We are still in the transfer window, but there's fuck all out there to get in. I've literally had a look. There's nothing that could improve this team, which is scary. In terms of the competitions, if we look at the details here, we're expected to avoid automatic relegation. That is the minimum expectation. That's what I set myself when I applied for the job, rather than just finishing bottom. I said we avoid finishing bottom, which apparently means bottom 2. Otherwise, the cup we're expected to reach a second round. Won't be getting judged on that on the performance this season because it's already been and gone by looks of things. In terms of the finances, the money seems to be going up. 122 grand it seems. So I'm tempted just to wait while the end of the season, maybe try and get on a coaching course again. Got plenty of money to spend. 17 grand, and a wage budget. We've got a good 6,500 to spend maybe. But again, the players are out there, so I'm focusing on my backroom staff to start off with, and just see if I can get some players in towards the end of the season. But I'm hoping we can do something here, because it's going to be tough. It really is going to be tough. In terms of the transfers, you can see here what I've been trying to get in. I've been trying to get in a lot of backroom staff, mainly, and a couple of offers here are not from me. I'm trying to get this guy on loan. Didn't think it was a bad option, looking at his attributes there. And also Eric Engstad, because we are light in the left-back position. I have to say, there's no one left-footed as well. Literally, we're playing like Ashley Young, like at right-back, you know, the equivalent of England at the moment. By the time this goes out, we'll know whether, you know, we're into the final or not. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. If I look at the team report here, there's not a great deal in defence, really. Left-back, we've got one player. So that's why I'm trying to loan the left-back. Goalkeepers aren't great. Right back, Rowlandson is having to play at left back, so therefore it leaves us a bit short of right back, which means, you know, we're struggling as well, because we've got Patrick Brathen playing centre back for us, who was actually our 5th best defender, which is absolutely shocking. So I'm a bit concerned in terms of defence. Strikers were not too bad. We could be a little bit better, obviously, with the youth prospects here. But like I said before, there's absolutely nothing I could do with wingers. It seems that the manager before may have played 3 at the back with wing backs. So I'm kind of stuck a little bit. Midfield looks decent, although don't really suit the ball winning midfielder and the box-to-box role. So I'm hoping to try and get someone in that way. So we'll have to wait and see. But we've got a game today. Finally, just bring it on to you. Because if I have a look here, you can see why the manager's been sacked here. But they've had a decent upturn of form here recently. And hopefully I can continue that on. Because Kristiansund, they were third in the league. I don't know if they were, or they might have even been second, but they're third in the league now, and they beat them 3-2 last time out. So we've got Egersunds, who are 11th in the league. Let's have a quick look at them, shall we? So this is Egersunds, and they actually got promoted as well. It looks like probably from a different area, I'm guessing. They finished first in their league. Their key player is Jesper Kvernerg. Decent, to be fair. You know, not spectacular, but in the key areas, like especially on the physicals, he looks very, very handy. Attacking midfielder, so we have to wait and see what happens here. Recently, they've had some decent form, followed by a couple of losses, so hopefully they can go 3 wins and then 3 losses. And just before we get into the game, I just want to mention this, the dynamics, and basically managerial support is very poor, which is expected, but everything else is pretty damn awesome. You can see the team leaders here, hierarchy. If I click on that, I've got 7, I was going to say several players, but 7 players that oppose me. Got to win them all round, of course. Hopefully the tactic, bodes well. I'm hoping this one's going to work, but I'm not holding much hope with 4 tackling from my ball-winning midfielder. Let's get into the game, shall we? Looking at Roy Simonson here, though, this could prove to be very difficult. Right, so here we go, guys. Don't really know what to expect here. I've had to play Skorpen Andersen at left back with his 1 strength and 1 jumping reach and 2 balance. So it's going to be fun because the other guy is not quite fit. He's got 6 days to go before his injury is finished. Looks like it could have been a long-termer. But anyway, they're going to line up with their 4-2-3-1 formation, and we're going to hope for the best. Come on, boys. Right, so because form's been decent recently, I'm just going to say this one. We could climb out of the relegation places with a win here. So they go out there and impress me. And they haven't really listened, which is fair enough. I could have done to looked at my actual profile to see what I look like, but it's pretty much the same as what you saw before, I think. 7s and 6s and stuff like that, I think, with the occasional 10, which is mental. Which I am mental, apparently. I'm also going to say Calm Faith. Got a little bit of reaction there, more than what I expected. I expected 1 player. So anyway, let's get into the game, shall we? Obviously, we're playing green, which actually, I used to play for a team that used to play in green. If any of them still watch, then... Alright, lads, how you doing? Vinge, who definitely will be getting renamed Minge. Go on, Grunwald. Go on, Grunwald. Get in, boys. What a start. 40 seconds into our career here in Norway. And, yeah, it's a great start. Right, I did try to bring the assistant manager with me because he was very, very good. But he didn't want to leave the country, which is a bit shit. So I'm guessing that Nyman will be the same, which means I won't be able to bring him with me, which I'm absolutely devastated about, to be fair. But hopefully we can find someone else, because I've had a look at all the staff members, and they're all literally, like, not much better than what I could find at 100. So it looks like it's a bit of a step down coming here, but never mind. Here's Grunwald, Simonson. Can you whip it in? Whippage? No? It can jump a little bit. Nice little leap, I liked it. Vinge, hit it, son. Sand! Over the bar. Right, a little bit of encouragement, and it's brought a highlight instantly. Kvernerg. Oh, it's a penalty. Vinge has fouled him. Come on, Backeland. Yeah, it's a goal. Devastated. Right, a few players looking nervous, which is a bit scary. Pertamo squares it, Nyborg. And he's had a go. It's over the bar. Bit of a let off for us there. Vinge, though, now. What can he do? Can he make amends for that howler of a piece of defensive work? That English is impeccable. Great ball to Lundholm. Lundholm looking nervous. Chips it across towards Sander. What can he do? He's forced wide. It's a challenge, but Lindjörner clears it in, and Lundholm scores! Come on, boys. Get praise. Oh, free kick. He scored. Direct. And he can't even pronounce it. Dewey. Just before half-time. This is devastating. Is that taking a deflection? Taking a deflection. Going miles wide. It's an own goal. It's not a goal for him. Back to the bottom of the league we go. Right. I'm going to say we're unlucky just to try and win them over, but apparently that doesn't work. But I'm going to passionately say I am looking for the difference, and one person reacts. Well, one person nods as well. Yeah, cheers Churchill. Right, here we go. First highlight of the second half. Simonson's on it. What can he do? He's charging forward at pace. Gets in behind. That's a terrible effort. Dewey, goal scorer of the equaliser, finds Patamo. Highlight hasn't actually finished here, and he's just broken the net. Oh, he's offside! Yes! Get in! I shat my pants then. Here we go. Free kick. Vinja plays it in. Come on, target man. You're an animal. You should be scoring everything with your head. Right, corner. Listiana plays it in towards Klausmark. He's just come on off the bench. What a substitution. Tactical genius, apparently. Right, I've made changes. I've changed it to that 4-5-1 that was on art before. Of, with the more defensive approach. Hopefully it's not going to bite me in the ass. We'll have to wait and see. But it kind of suits more, well, some of the players. Here's Holness. Don't score. Well done, score. Vect. I might just call him the Skog or something because that's too hard to say. It's played in, it's cleared away. Patamo. He's outside there. He can do it all day. Do it all day. The idea is to try and keep possession and just keep on the ball now. But they're going to score from this corner. Right, so I changed it back to the 4-4-2 and put Sander as a poacher. He's got 11 finishing, so I don't think it was that bad. But it looks like that's going to be it. It's a bit of a shame, that we've drawn this game. But I felt like we did enough to win this. But it's an even game, really, if you look at the chances. I want to be in the possession. So I don't think I can be too disappointed. But who knows? Sander is going to score here? No. Never mind. Valderhaug kicks it long. Game should have finished about 40 seconds ago. For some reason, play is still going on there. Better not score here. The referee's blown full-time whistle. That English, again, is awesome. And, yeah, a bit of a unconvincing win. I'm going to say unlucky, just keep the morale up. A couple of players played very, very well, to be fair. I'm going to tell them that as well. Fired up, that's fantastic. And the tank that was up front, which I might rename in the tank because he is. I'm just going to tell them I'm proud of your performance. You earned some rest. Fired up. Get in, boys. Right, so here we go. We're still 16th, i.e. bottom of the league. 2 points clear, behind again. So we haven't really made any progress, but we haven't lost any progress either. So it seems like most of the teams drew there that needed to. And yeah, it's as you can see there, defence is a worry. I'm going to see if I can work some magic in the transfer market. See if there's any players going to be out of contract and see if I can do anything with it. And just see where we come back, because I think when we come back, I think what I'll do is I'm going to come back halfway through, because there's not many games after the season and we're supposed to do quite a few games with Husqvarna. I am going to come back probably for this game here, I think, just randomly. FK Jerv, why the hell not? They're 4th in the league at the moment. We'll come back for that. Hopefully you can join us for it. So there we go, guys. What do you think of the team of choice? Have I bitten off more than I can chew? It was the only team that was abroad that I could take. I mean, I had 2 other offers as well. I delayed them all for a week just to see if we got any more interviews. Nothing seemed to come about. So I opted to come at the first choice of asking, or first time of asking, rather. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting challenge. I hope you're going to be up for the challenge as well with me in terms of up for watching. And then hopefully, if you have enjoyed this one, go ahead and smash that like button. If you'd like to see more, feel free to subscribe. And, yeah, until next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.